Oh, I'm seeing in the comments, perhaps turn on SAS on the launcher? Maybe. I think, though, the launch script automatically turns off SAS to have KOS take control. I don't know. We'll work it out. If I have to do it by hand at the end, I have to do it by hand. I'm just kind of curious as to why it even happens. It's sort of weird. Okie dokie. This one's the one. This one's the one. And again, we are on our way with a whole stack of fuel to the moon. That is the whole goal. And then we're going to be shuffling around an asteroid, and then we're going to be sending some Kerbals with some tourists. And by the way, I've already put the Kerbals in space. I did that between the streams as well. The Kerbals are sitting at my station in low Kerbal orbit, the WKMSS, and they're just waiting. They're just waiting for their opportunity once that asteroid is in the orbit that I want to fly on up there and fulfill that tourist contract. Well, you're very welcome, IT Help, thanking me for the content. I wouldn't do it if I wasn't having fun doing it. That's for sure. Perhaps turn on RCS. That's a good check too. I'll try that, John, in the chat. I'll try when this thing is in space, putting on RCS and seeing if that helps. Okay, so once again, I'm looking at my launch. I don't know. I shouldn't get into tweaking the launch scripts. Right now, it's got a thrust to weight of 1.1. I'll point out something once it gets to it. Okay, and then it actually ups the throttle here and still keeps the thrust to. Oh, but now it's putting the thrust to weight to 0.9. And what I'm thinking about. Why make that change at all? Why not just leave it at 1.1? That'd be an easy change for me to make on the script. It's just changing one of the parameters. It's at the top of the program. Because I think this thing would do better with a little more thrust right now. But whatever. Like if I was flying this, I would apply a little bit more thrust because I can see our apoapsis getting closer to us. And I don't like that. There we go. This thing will be easier to maneuver as well once we lose, like, this whole business on the bottom. That doesn't help. Maybe the script is just looking, you want me to adjust the attitude with just the puny reaction wheels you have in there? It's got a point. Maybe I should have put bigger reaction wheels in here. I'm someone I know, I probably, compared to most people who play this game, am really weak when I put on my reaction wheels. I tend to underdo it rather than overdo it. I think subconsciously I'm doing that because the reaction wheels in KSP are ridiculously overpowered. So I think I'm just overly cognizant of having vessels being too nippy and too easy to, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do that, but I do. Because I know you could just put on a ton of reaction wheels and just, this thing will never lose control. But what fun is that? Okay, again, we've reached our target apoapsis. It's time warp up into space. Being asked, is the trouble of writing the scripts worth it? It all depends on how much fun you have writing scripts. That's really what it comes down to it. I gotta be honest though, if you enjoy KSP and you would love to learn programming, doing some Google or some searching on YouTube on how to some KOS for beginners. There are some excellent videos out there. It is a great introduction into coding if you ever wanted to get into it, for those people that have never done it before. Coding isn't so much about finding the right language to do, it's about finding the right project that you care about. So once again, notice this says locking on, but it's not even like, look at the roll pitch in that, so it's not doing anything. If I put on SAS, oh, look at that. It's rolling. Well, that's weird. And now it's doing it. A lot of roly-poly happen around. I don't know why the roly-poly stuff. I don't think... I'm getting a warning out here. See, look, please turn one of them off. Either turn off KOS or turn off SAS. But now it's got no control, right? RCS? Oh. I don't want to end up using all my monopropellant with this nonsense. I really feel like wrestling control away from it. Don't waste all my monopropellant, you. Oh, that seems to be doing it. There was a message up here from KOS saying, don't turn on SAS when I'm trying to do stuff. But you weren't trying to do stuff, so I'm not quite sure. But then again now... Let's turn this off. Now at least it's trying. So now I have both RCS and SAS off, but now it's at least, you can see the pitch controls and yaw controls and stuff. It's at least trying to control it. Very weird. Should I trust it? Noticing it's a very... Oh no, 33 meter per second burn, 174 in the can still, in the vessel. Okay, I think it's okay. Seems to be alright. Okay, I'm going to time warp, right? I'm waiting for this to get on there. Time warp. There's a cheat for you. Time warp freeze. Just getting close to the burn. This is sweet, though, because there's still going to be about 140 meters per second left in this booster. I was honestly expecting this to go dry, and because this has more fuel than I need in it. I was expecting this to go dry during this burn, but it's not going to. All right. This is just a great big giant cylinder, isn't it? Well, that's a punch. That was a punch in the gut there. Ooh, got 100,000 curb bucks for my massive lunch. All right, I'm good with this. Program's ended. Let's stick this onto the normal vector, just for these little bitty solar panels. And let's plot. Oh, let's get rid of all of this nonsense. Let's plot a course to the moon here. Ooh, looks like we're coming up to it. Here we are. Focus our view on the moon. Oh, I'm going to have to put on this one. That is our asteroid right there. Whoops. I need to give a little bit more juice. So now you can start to see the kind of dopey orbit it's in. Just pushing out the time as far as this. Wow. Okay, we can bring this back a lot. Come on back. Pushing that out about as far as it will go, and then start bringing that in. And I just want the periapsis underneath. About there. That'll do. That'll do. We'll obviously have to do a correction. I am coming the right way, right? This is going around this way, and we're coming in and going around the same way. That's the worst case scenario, is to go on the wrong side of the moon. Okay, so that burn's only coming up in 3 minutes, and I think I am going to do this one manually. Because there's 145 meters per second left in our booster here. And then we're going to have to go on to this stage. And I know that my script doesn't handle staging mid-burn very well when executing a maneuver. So I think we'll be doing this one manual-like. So I'm just going to get it onto this. Still don't have the probe body that gives you the, you know, all of the SAS functions yet. Still got a couple of minutes here, so I can, not going to be a problem. And then I think lugging this thing around will be easier once this is off. Just realized too, I could have snuck a probe body into this on some reaction wheels, detached it and deorbited it, but you know what, we're going to use it, and then what we're going to do is I'll just delete the debris later. Can't be completely obsessive about not having to, you know. Apollo left lots of stages flying around when it went to the moon. Okay. Get ourselves a little closer here. So, according to this, it is a 3 minute and 25 second burn. There's a lot of thrust on this low. I think I might start a little early because I think my thrust to weight on the lower. Oh no, 1.65 is not bad. I was worried there was a lot of thrust on this lower stage, but it's okay. But the thrust to weight drops a lot when we get down to our the actual payload part of this. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and go. There we go. Look at that. Okay, gotta get ready to stage. There we are. Had to stage twice. Now we're just on the little poodle. Do the rest of this. See, my rationale is anything that's in low orbit, or at least has part of, like, its periapsis is still below 80 kilometers. So my rationale is that that would eventually decay anyway. Because stuff in low orbit about Earth will eventually decay as well. Because there's still a bit of atmosphere in real life, and it puts drag on the vessels. Okay. Here we're doing pretty good. Wish I could just lock it onto that maneuver node, but I can't. No sound transmission. There is. This engine's super quiet. I'm not sure I hear anything either. I don't know why I'm putting it right in the screen. I was literally sitting there like trying to put it to my ear. But I don't think it really, I don't think that engine has almost no sound to it. There is a bit of music. I don't know if people can hear the music. It's not the loudest part of the music, that's for sure. The music in KSP, I find, has a crazy range and volume. No, it's the engine, I think. The engine, I'm sure you can't hear. I can't hear it. Oh my gosh. Because I'm still like steering a bit, I don't know if I want to... Can we physics warp a little bit? Yeah, but then I gotta... I want to keep it on this little node. I can't lock to it, so... Just have to put up with it. How much more do we got? We got about 50 seconds still to go. I like this version of the Poodle rather than the non-restock version of the Poodle. I like that single big cone. Though it's an awkward... you wouldn't want it in that mode, though, if you had it as a landing engine on some big lander, though. So I can see why. I like having the two different ones. Okay, closing in. Closing in on the end. Pretty good. Maybe some RCS puff stuff. Well, I don't know. Nah, I'm perfectly happy with that. I have no issues with that. Okay. Again, we'll put this, just point it normal. That's just for the solar panel. Oh, whoa, RCS is still on. Oops. I've used up a lot of that monopropellant. Oh my gosh, how long? Okay, at some point I'll go back and look at the video and look at how long did I have that RCS on for. So I'm looking here. I've used up about a quarter of my monopropellant. Oh well. Some of that's really meant to resupply this, but oh well. Okay, correction burn time. Oh, that's obviously just too much. Wow. Why is... Let's try that again. Okay. So I'm going to need a little bit of radial inness, I think, to bring it this way. Yeah. A little bit up that way. If you actually select this as a target, it helps a little. A little up. A little in. That's looking pretty good. It's looking to just come in and just touch the orbit there. Got about a 14.5 degree difference. I could come up more and bring that periapsis up more. Maybe that's not stupid. But then it increases the amount of that angle. Yeah, no, I'll just leave it the way it is. It's good. It's good. That's fine. I'm fine. Stop playing. Alright, so that burn's coming up in 1 hour and 42 minutes. This is nicely locked. We're going to quick save. Okay, and let's get out there. Point this on here. Okay, we'll watch it from here. I don't have to wait for the time to come down to 0. It's not that time sensitive, so we'll just get it on there. Just a little bit of thrust. Don't need a lot. There we go. And like, more than happy with that. Okay, let's get ourselves to the moon. Alarm clock, set up an alarm for that sphere of influence change. Get out there. This thing's nimble enough now, I think. I think so. And all of this fuel should still be full, right? Yes, definitely. Okay, so we are now in the moon's SOI, so we're going to have to do this in a few different stages, I think. I'm fine with the way the trajectory is coming in. I don't... Oh, no, I can see... Whoa, oh, I'm still on. Let's point this radially in. I can still see it's You would want the two orbits touching, and I can see they're a little off from each other there. So we're just going to point this radially inwards and probably just use a couple of puffs of RCS to fix that up. Get right there so that the ascending node indicator and that close approach indicator are pretty much in the same place. And now, got to do this in a couple of stages. So stage 1 is just to get a big elliptical orbit, like so. And let's see, let's look at the time of this. More out. And then we're going to make a plane change. That should be good. So we'll just do that. There's no meaning behind that at all. So we're going to make a plane change out here, where it's going to be cheaper. But honestly, that should be pretty much it. Let's get rid of alarm clock. Is this me, or does it feel like it's upside down? Oh, it's retrograde. I always get that. I hate being retrograde. Oh, wait. It's fine. I'm sure electrically... Let's get this. Yeah, perpetual electric charge. It's fine. Okay, we're going to still... So got a 22-second burn coming up. We're going to run... Get our KOS script out again. This is one that this guy can handle. Okay, let's get down there, though. I hate retrograde orbits. Okay. So run our maneuver executor here. Pointing itself fine. It is Johann Sebastian Bach's birthday. Nice. Oh boy, I'm going to have to put on RCS here. Next time, stop more than a minute ahead. Are you overdoing... Oh, you stinker. And you overdid it. This is why I have hardly any monoprop left. Oh, no. I am out of control. Okay. Okay, the engine's gonna fire. Now it's on there. So to explain what happened there is, like, I realized that the reaction wheels were getting it around too slow, so I put on the RCS, and it was way overusing the monopropellant. Oh my gosh, I've used up over half my monopropellant. I'm really annoyed about that. So then I put on SAS and assumed control, and then KOS started fighting with the SAS. Long story short, we're there. We got our capture. It's okay. All right, let's try this again. So out here we're going to do our... Put it right on the descending node if I can. And we're going to match planes with our target here. So I want to match planes. Put it up to 1 meter. There we go. So, whoops, that's the wrong way. So I want to match planes to get this inclination difference as low as I can, but I also want to keep the orbits touching. So you kind of got to do both here. Whoops, that was a little too much. Use that. Let's see. A little prograde. A little normal. A little prograde. There we go. There's a 0. I'm happy with that. Can't complain about an inclination difference of 0. Okay, so what I'm going to do is more or less point this in the direction I think it needs to be. Was it... I've already forgotten. Why is it not letting me... Oh, because it's got to be a map view to see the maneuvers, silly. There we go. What is this mostly? It's mostly positive normal. So what I'm going to do here is put this on positive normal so it'll be pointing the right direction before this even gets started. Maybe I should just do this manually. So I'm doing this with a lot of efficiency when it comes to the fuel, but not much efficiency when it comes to the monopropellant. I've burned through a lot of it. That is annoying. Do another save here. Okay, I'm gonna time warp manually rather than... Okay, it's pretty good. Watch this from map view. So the whole plan here, we'll get it off the normal vector. I'm going to do this manually because burning too much monopropellant otherwise. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to match planes here. Hopefully everybody can kind of see what's happening, and then we'll set up our rendezvous. Start early and go to about half throttle. How'd we do? How'd we do? How'd we do? 0.0. Excelente. Okay. So that is good. Now we will set up a rendezvous. So what we want to do is adjust our period. Now notice as I'm moving the period how this isn't moving. And that just means that I need to move the orbit a little bit more into the future. There, until they jump. And now if I move this, we should see the, yeah, those that go round and round. And we want to get as small an orbit as we can and still get a rendezvous. So I think I can get one. I think I can get one more, but I think this is going to be it here. Yeah. Okay. And we'll get this closest approach as small as we can. Really small. Alright, under a kilometer closest approach. I saw 0.8. That's fine. That's fine. And the reason why you like to get this as small as you can is because that will make your encounter speed not so heavy. So what we're going to do is we're going to be coming down here. We're going to make a berm. We're going to be putting into this orbit. We'll go around one more time, and then we'll be saying hello to our asteroid. Okay, I'm going to F5 again. Let's try this time doing this manual like. Let's try that. So here we go. How many ignitions do I still got on this? 10 more ignitions still, so we're fine. Hello there, mech builder. I'm getting the question, does KOS get updates? I'm not sure when's the last time KOS got updated. I'm not entirely sure. I'd have to look into that. It's pretty functional as is. But whether it's still actively being worked on or not, I don't know. Okay, so getting it onto here. I'm going to put this onto here so we can keep track of our closest approach. Come on to there. That's it. Honestly, I might just... Oh, I was still locked on anti-normal here. I'm just going to lock it to retrograde. It's close enough. It's close enough. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. The quiet poodle engine. And at some point, we should be starting to see a closest approach information popping up here that's actually useful. There we go. Coming down nicely now. Reduce our throttle here. Okay. Close that. Should be able, yeah, use just some yeah. Reluctantly using monopropellant. So 818 meter per second closest approach there. Okay. We're going to be saying hi to the station in 1 hour and 5 minutes. I'm getting the question, what changes do you think will happen in KSP2 for those people that have trouble with orbital mechanics, which quite frankly is completely understandable? This game does very little hand-holding. It could probably do more when it comes to teaching you stuff, and of course I have no insight whatsoever into what's going on really with KSP2 that not everybody has, just from their own press releases, but they have explicitly said that they will be doing, hand-holding's not the right word, but they will be doing definite tutorials to help people understand, not just how to do things, but understand how to do things. They'll be doing that in the KSP2 game. They'll be doing a lot more of that, because I think it's important to not just, sorry, I should be time warping a little more, not just know how to do something. Like, you can go out and find a video and say, this is how to do a rendezvous, do this, but then you find yourselves in situations like I got right here, and without understanding how the orbital mechanics actually works, when you find yourself into an unusual situation, it becomes really difficult to figure that out if you don't understand why it is that you're doing what you're doing. Okay, we're about 3.5 minutes away from our asteroid. Right here. A little bit wobbly, I'm noticing it as it's coming around, but that's okay. That should be fine. Coming in behind it here. Get ourselves a little closer and we'll start slowing down. Our approach speed is not very high, it's only about 26 meters per second. So that makes life easier. But I'm noticing my retrograde vector is drifting away from my target icon, so we're going to do a little push it back that way type of thing. Actually can see the asteroid now. Oh, I'm overdoing it. My distance is actually worse now. Let's time warp, get ourselves a little closer, and judge this better. Yeah, we're missing by a fair bit. let's really start slowing down. We got a lot of speed here. That's much better. I think I was getting some strange numbers here. Wasn't agreeing with what my eyeballs. They agree now, though. All right, now we're going to have to do some asteroid shoving. And I have in no way done anything to sort of prepare myself for that. So we'll just have to see how that goes. So, just kind of reducing velocity. I'm not seeing my docking hub, which means that it is on the other side. Right now I just want to slow myself down. Okay, we got about a minute to go. We're missing by only about 16 meters. So let me just push this a little bit. I want to come above it. Push this a little bit this way. I'm going to watch these ignitions. Maybe I should have... Oh, well, whatever. One point, there'll be a Kerbal on this. I'll have a Kerbal up here, and we can get an engineer to service that engine. Okay. I think we're now coming above it. There has got to be a docking hub on the other side. There it is. So, to be honest, what I should do is grab that right now, set that as a target. Very good. So there's our target. It's not really the asteroid, but that one docking port. Control this from here. Hopefully I can do this without using a whole lot of monopropellant. That's going to be the goal. Okay. Slow down. Okay, we're at about half a meter per second. Time to get down there and dock. So I got the little red icon here. That's coming from docking alignment indicator to help me line up the docking ports. I do need to get down there, don't I? Okay, so RCS on. Let's no, this way. Nope, this way. This way we gotta go. That's getting us going in the right direction. If I run out of monopropellant, then I'm really in trouble. Aim our camera up here at the top. I can see the target icon. I think it's moving in the right direction. Another puff. Ah, now I can see just the beginnings of the prograde icon there. So... just kind of follow as this target icon gets closer, just keep following with the prograde behind it. Should get me right onto the docking port. So what am I down to? I've used up, oh my gosh, pretty close to 3/4 of the available RCS. That stinks. That I brought up here. I'm disappointed with myself. So I was hoping this was going to be an RCS reserve. The idea of this was not just that this was here for us to use, but it was there for us to put up as a reserve supply. Okay, there we go. Whatever, it's done now.